In the last video, we read about social exclusion and how the marginalized have practically no reach and say. Their interests are largely ignored. A lot needs to be done, and we also read how collective action forms a strong voice, a method of protest that helps to bring about change peacefully. It is the need of the hour. Let's read further. My own involvement with my campaigns show that even laws with far-reaching consequences like the Right to Information Act and the Employment Guarantee Act can come about through the involvement of ordinary people in the conception, formulation, and implementation of law and policy. They also result in simple, practical entitlements for democratic action. Aruna Roy talks about how collective action in her campaigns like Right to Information and Employment Guarantee Act can be made effective by involving the ordinary people in conception, formation, and implementation of the laws and policies. Because every kind of problem can be addressed and kept in mind to benefit the people, because it is after all for them that these programs are brought about in existence. Hearing their voices and addressing their problems is what democracy is all about. I do not see empowerment in the disappearance of problems, but in the strength and ability to deal with them. As you reach the end of a campaign and achieve something, in the seeds of that achievement lie the problems of the future, maybe even of the present. Democracy primarily needs common sense. Ordinary Indians have it in plenty, provided we perceive it, give it respect, respectability, and credence. She further says, empowerment does not mean all problems will be solved and life henceforward would be a bed of roses. No. But empowerment means the strength and ability to deal with problems headlong. When we achieve some goal, the next set of problems will arise again, which will thence need to be addressed. There is no set of rules for it. We have to use our common sense at every step to tackle problems along the way and move ahead. The only prerequisite is clear-sightedness and pay due attention to every big or small issues that crop up with equal endeavor and energy. We need to nurture a social ethos where religion means compassion, kindness, and acceptance of another's faith, where plurality is respected and success brings humility and not arrogance appreciation, and not rejection. We need to address the underlying social, economic, and political exclusion. We should emphasize on ideas of integration, social cohesion, common values, and shared citizenship. We must have a clear sighted vision of equality and emancipation. We, a country of ethno-cultural diversity, should encourage citizens to acknowledge and embrace the varied customs, traditions, music, and cuisine that exist in our country. This cultural diversity has to be preserved and respected at all costs because success brings humility and appreciation for others, not arrogance and rejection. If the national movement was one massive act of concerted public action, it cannot peter out into a memory of recalled glory. What a million small and big efforts have shown in post independence India is that this continues to exist. Unfortunately, it is no longer central to public political concern. Politics has been narrowed to its most limited definition and allowed the justification for inaction. If the national movement was a joint effort of the public, it's not a memory that would fade. The efforts made by the public then continue to exist, is evident even after so many years. Because then politics was part and parcel of our lives. Everything done to achieve independence was a joint effort of the masses. We were one. Now no longer. Politics has become synonymous with inaction. In a democracy, politics is everybody's business. Our political lives only begin with a casting of the vote. The damning of politics and making it a bad word in our lexicon has given us the luxury of cynicism and inaction. Democracy is a government of the people, by the people, and for the people. That is everyone's concern and everyone's business. We begin by casting a vote to elect a leader of our choice. Politics has degenerated into inaction and cynicism. For too long, we have only blamed others. We cannot rely on one leader ensconced in an artificial halo of electric lights to bring about change. Empowerment is the recognition of our collective political responsibility. We need to use the power we have with intelligence and courage. We don't feel responsible for our own action or inaction. We want things to be done for us to be served in a golden platter, or else we blame the government. John F. Kennedy, in his inaugural address, inspired the public by showing the importance of civic action and public service. His historic words, "Ask not what your country can do for you, ask what you can do for your country," holds true. Gandhiji said, "You must be the change you want to see in the world." Instead of expecting the government to bring about change, we can also initiate change at a personal level and rise to the challenge. There is always the potential for positive change in every moment to stay grounded.